Court does call the case. Peninsula Place versus, is it Trellis Lane? Appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Tenant here on behalf of the plaintiff.
Sir, your name?
Sorry, Judge. Trellis Lane.
All right, this is the date for non-jury trial, and this is a non-payment of rent case. How much is the plaintiff claim is owing?
Your Honor, the total balance at this time is $3,320.17 plus court costs of $161. $3,320.17.
All right.
Hey, Your Honor,
Sir, of that amount, is there any that you believe that you owe?
no.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to witness a case that starts off calm but instantly hints at chaos. As Judge Simpson calls the matter and confirms the parties, you can already sense the tension building. The landlord states the massive balance, the judge probes gently, and the courtroom atmosphere tightens as everyone waits to hear the defendant's explanation. This is where the pressure quietly begins to rise.
You were going to say something.
I was going to ask to object what he was about to say as far as about the numbers. About saying what I owe, but you already answered the question. Ask me the question.
And
I
Mr.
can break
Finn,
down that amount if you want me to, Your Honor.
pardon?
I can break down the amount if you'd like me to.
Just one moment, we'll get to that. Sir, can I ask you, I received the documents from you. Is there a reason why you don't think you owe that amount?
Because it's already been paid, Your Honor. Far as reporting adverse information about a co-signer Act 211 of 1989. Peninsula Place is trying to held me liable as the co-signer when I have an interest and a signature and I'm a natural person. So they're trying to hold liable.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
Just so that I have the background on it. You reside in this unit that's at, I think, 315B.
Correct.
At 1000. You reside there.
That's my place of abode.
Well, you live there, right?
Depends what you're talking about. I'm acting as a consumer. So, as far as like my, I'm there on special appearance, and my estate stays there. But as far as a natural man, I don't have no.
Alright, guys, this is where the tone shifts. The defendant casually denies owing anything and immediately slips into sovereign-style wording about natural persons and interests. The judge tries to simplify things, but every answer spirals into confusion. You can feel the judge's patience being tested as the courtroom braces for what seems like the start of a long, tangled exchange.
Estate and my.
Okay, so when whoever is in this courtroom leaves here to go to what they would call home, where does this person that's sitting here go?
To my place of abode, Your Honor.
Which is where?
A Peninsula Place.
Okay, at the 315B.
Correct.
All right, that's what I need to know. Okay. Do you have a ledger?
And I'll give Mr. Lane a copy also.
Thank you.
And Mr. Fantera, this would be your witness, is that correct? Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we have her and Mr. Lane sworn in, please?
Thank you.
Yeah, one.
Right. Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give. Okay.
I do.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Your Honor, could I give you real quick context on that?
Yes, please.
We had a previous case last summer where Mr. Lane received Sarah funds. And when we had the, I have a case number, I have a copy of the unsigned copy of the COD. That was entered on September 9th. SOS paid his rent through September, and it left a small balance of, I think about $119, which we waived. So the balance, even though it doesn't show it on there because we didn't actually get the SOS check till sometime later, his rent at the end of September was $0.
Got it.
So the total balance that's on there is 5 months of rent at $513, water and sewer bills, electric bills. There's not even any late fees, and then there's 161 in court costs. So I just want to clarify that, in fact, none of this goes back past September 30th. In fact, I don't know if you remember, we actually, when we had the previous case, Mr. Lane had sued Peninsula Place seeking the return of all money he paid forever. And he denied that he owed money, but simultaneously applied for Sarah, and he denied he applied for Sarah. You verified with probably Aaron at the time that he had applied for Sarah. He ended up getting Sarah funds. He would not sign the COD, and then you basically gave him a choice. I'll enter the COD, or we'll have a trial and I'll give you a judgment. But it sounds like he's raising some of the same stuff now that he attempted to raise.
Your Honor, free to speak?
Go ahead, sir.
So, Your Honor, when I applied for, so first I didn't know what I was applying for.
Here's where the courtroom dynamic gets strained. The judge attempts to confirm the basics, where the defendant lives, but every question triggers a cloud of evasive phrases. The judge keeps grounding the conversation, while the defendant tries to separate himself from his own residence. The tension grows as the judge pushes for clarity and the defendant dodges simple facts.
So when I applied for Sarah funding, I ended up giving my principal information, which was my name, my date of birth, and my social security number. Basically, I'm here today saying that I gave my principal to Peninsula Place and I've never received any consideration.
Your Honor, I don't understand what that means.
This section reveals the bigger picture. The landlord's attorney recounts past disputes, unpaid balances, and contradictions in the defendant's actions. The judge listens closely as the attorney outlines previous assistance, waivers, and the defendant's refusal to complete agreements. This is where the courtroom starts recognizing a pattern, and the stakes around the unpaid rent become undeniable.
I don't know what that means.
Now the courtroom watches the defendant attempt to explain principal information, consideration, and interest in a way that makes the judge pause in disbelief. Each sentence deepens the confusion. The judge seeks clarity, but the defendant recites fragmented theories. This is the moment the judge realizes the issue may run much deeper than unpaid rent.
However, are you Trellis Lane? That's a yes or no. Because I'll tell you, if you are, then we'll go ahead with the trial. If you're not Trellis Lane, then I'm going to give them a judgment by default because Trellis Lane hasn't shown.
I'm here on special appearance.
No, you can't do that. You are not an attorney at law because you can't appear for somebody else. So my question is, and I'll ask it again, are you Trellis Lane?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Lane, October of 2022, did you pay rent to the landlord?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how did you pay that?
I'm paying with my credits that's on file. So I sent instructions back in May, basically to get my account zero every month.
You did what?
I sent instructions back in May, then I sent another one to December to the CEO.
The CEO of what?
American Campus Communities. Saying it right. So he's seen my email, so he's aware of what's going on. Basically, like I say, I'm looking for consideration. I have not been getting no consideration, no adequate consideration.
Well, you get adequate consideration for the contract and any payment, by virtue of the fact that you have a residence. So I don't think consideration is even an issue.
But Your Honor, I have several questions.
Well, you can go ahead and ask your questions, but I don't know. Let me just ask this. October 2022, how did you pay your rent?
I paid with my took the bill, I endorsed it.
Did you give them cash?
We don't have,
We being whom?
I'm saying, it's a credit system, Your Honor.
So what?
Credit system. We don't.
So who's in charge of this credit system?
You said who's in charge?
Surely.
I mean, we haven't had money since 1933, the American Bacon Act.
We being whom?
Right.
Who are you talking about when you say we haven't had money? Who is we?
As far as like the United States haven't had money since 19.
Oh, they definitely have.
This part hits with unusual tension. The judge draws a line, demanding to know whether the man before him is the person named in the case. Sovereign tactics fall flat as the judge warns of a default judgment. The room goes silent until the defendant finally admits his identity. This decisive moment shifts the judge's posture and sets the stage for firmer control.
Credit.
Yes.
In what form did you give them credit in the month of October 2022?
Then credit, I took the bill, which they give me a bill every month, which is a statement. I take the statement. If you want to, I can show you what I'm doing.
I know what he's referring to. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Now the landlord's attorney unveils the defendant's entire payment scheme, ripping off bill stubs, writing, pay to the order of, and mailing them like checks. The judge examines the documents carefully as the attorney explains why none of it constitutes real payment. The suspense grows as everyone watches the defendant insist that these stubs act as legitimate financial instruments.
Here's what he's getting, Your Honor. We have a third-party billing company called Zigo. And so what they do is every month they bill the utilities. So he gets this bill, and then you'll see at the bottom what he writes is pay to the order of Peninsula Place. And so what he's taken, so for example, the top one says pay to the order of Peninsula Place, $662.12. That amount is his monthly rent plus the $123.12 in utilities that are at the top. There's 3 of these that I've attacked. So what he does is he cuts off the bottom and he mails that in as with instructions to pay to the order of Peninsula Place as if that's a check.
Have this marked as plaintiff's exhibit and 2. The ledger being 1. Mr. Lane, you have a copy of what I've marked as plaintiff's exhibit 2. Is what Mr. Fantera described, is that correct? Is that what you do?
Yes, I'm accepting the credits that's given to me and I'm transferring to that.
Who's giving you this credit? They who?
So Peninsula Place, so in the beginning, when I signed up with Peninsula Place, I gave my credit information. So those payments are supposed to come to me as credit. So
what payments?
The payments that's coming every month. So those payments, they're trying to hold me liable for it, and I'm taking the credits that I'm receiving and dishing it back to them, to Peninsula Place.
Who's giving you credit?
You said who's giving me credit?
Yeah.
I have credit, Your Honor. I have a security interest.
In what?
In this so-called contract with Peninsula Place.
Okay, but who's giving you credit? Young man, you keep using these terms, payment, credit, and it seems to me as I'm listening to you that you're using them improperly. So my question is, have you paid anything to the plaintiff in US dollars or anything that evidences US dollars?
No, I haven't paid in US dollars.
Or anything evidencing US dollars? Like a check, credit card, Anything like that?
So this is
No, that's a yes or no.
Can you repeat the question, Your Honor?
Have you, let me just break it apart so we get it real clear. Have you paid for the months of October 2022, November 2022, December 2022, January 2023, or February of 2023? Have you paid to anything to Peninsular Place in US dollars?
No, Your Honor.
Have you paid anything to them that is evidence of an account which holds US dollars?
Yes, Your Honor.
What? And what account is it attached to? You better be careful about answering my question. Because if you're telling me that you gave them or paid them something that evidences an account that can access US dollars, show it to me.
Here, Judge Simpson becomes laser-focused. He pushes the defendant to show evidence of an account, balance, or access to actual US dollars. Question after question corners the defendant, who circles back into vague claims. The judge intensifies his inquiry, and the defendant's inability to provide proof becomes painfully obvious.
Access to US dollars? Right here.
What is that? What Mr. Fantera just gave?
Yes.
How does that access US dollars?
Because, Your Honor, this account, I'm the holder and I have interest.
Then show me the balance on that account.
They show you the balance?
Yep.
Just showed you the balance.
No, you haven't shown me anything. Show me the balance on the account. If you give somebody something that evidences that they can access US dollars, then there is a balance on that account in terms of what you're giving them. Much as if somebody gave a check to them, they would be able to show the account for which they can then present that check and receive US dollars. Show me that account, Mr. Lane.
Like I said, Your Honor, I don't know what else you're asking for. This is the...
No, you know exactly what I'm asking for.
You're asking for something that's coming out.
Something that evidences that by that piece of paper that you've given them, that they can access US dollars.
Okay. I don't have any other account besides this, Your Honor.
You don't have any what?
I said I don't have any other evidence besides this right here.
That does not show me that they can access US dollars.
Okay.
Where would they take that to, in your mind? Where would they take that to access United States dollars?
Put it on the ledger.
Where would they take it to access US dollars?
So, okay. So, Your Honor, so I got a question. As far as landlord and tenant relationships, it's in here.
I'll try to answer your question as soon as you answer mine.
Okay.
Where would they take it to access US dollars?
They would take it and take the check and put it on a ledger with my credit. Because if I owe something, Your Honor, it would be in a negative balance. How can I pay something that's in a positive balance? How can...
You don't have a positive balance.
This is...
You have given them a piece of paper that you yourself just said is a check. So where would they take that to access your account?
So, Your Honor,
and receive US dollars?
Your Honor, they're acting in dishonor. They're taking it and they never said anything about or object to it. So it was off.
Oh, they're objecting now, certainly. Where would they take it, Mr. Lane?
So where would they take it? I mean, as far as they have a security deposit deposition bond. So they have it in a financial institution.
What financial institution would they take it to get cash from your check, as you call it, that would then be debited from your account? Where would they take it?
Debited, so what about the credits, Your Honor?
I don't see a credit.
On this paper it says credit, payments, and credits.
That's not what it means, to the extent it says that. You have no credit. Where would they take it to get US dollars?
So where would they take it? They would take it out of my trust, Your Honor.
Out of your trust.
Yes.
Where is this trust located?
We all have a trust in them.
Okay, let's say we all do. I'm not accepting your premise, but let's say we all do. Where is your trust located?
I'm not sure where it's located.
This is the peak of the courtroom tension. The judge repeatedly asks where this supposed trust or treasury-linked account exists. The defendant insists it's tied to his birth certificate or social security number but can't name a bank, agency, or location. The judge dismantles the theory piece by piece, exposing the entire narrative as baseless and leaving the defendant visibly cornered.
Then where to take it?
In the Treasury.
Which treasury?
The Treasury.
Oh, so they have to go to the US Treasury with this thing that purports to be a check. Really?
They were pulling from the Treasury. That's why they asked for my
Who
information.
is pulling from the Treasury?
Peninsula Place, Your Honor.
So Peninsula Place is pulling from the US Treasury.
They got the account attached to my name with my social and my information.
So they're pulling from the US Treasury because of that?
Say that again?
So because of that, they're pulling from the US Treasury?
I mean, they're charging the account. So this account has my information tied into it, which is showing that it's already prepaid. So what they're trying to do is Peninsula is trying to make me repay.
You've never paid anything, so they're not trying to make you repay, they're trying to make you pay.
Your Honor, so how did we get here if I provided my information to Peninsula Place?
We got here because you have never provided them anything
Okay.
to pay on this account in US dollars or anything evidencing US dollars. That's how we're here for 5 months. You haven't done that.
Okay. So in the contract, it says payment, and then
In this final stretch, the defendant tries shifting arguments again, invoking consumer protection laws without specifics. The judge waits for a concrete answer, but nothing comes close to a legal defense. The courtroom atmosphere settles into clarity. There's no payment, no credit, no trust. And that wraps up today's breakdown. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.